Ladies and gentlemen of Algebra 2, welcome to 1-4, talking about solving compound absolute value inequalities. So what we're doing is we are looking at kind of a couple different things. What happens with compound inequalities and what happens with absolute value inequalities. Take a look. So let's kind of put this in perspective here. One test used to determine whether a patient is diabetic is a glucose tolerance test. Patients start the test in the fasting state, meaning they have no food or water, for at least 10 but no more than 16 hours. Write the acceptable number of hours for fasting by using an inequality. So basically what this means is that you have got to go less than 16 hours without food or drink, but then you've got to go greater than 10 hours. So together, you're going to say that 10 is less than the h is less than 16. So here is your compound inequality because it gives you the range of numbers. So compound inequalities usually mean and or, okay? These are kind of the big words that we're looking for, and or. And will give you a range right in here of what your possible solutions are. Okay, so this is going to give you the range of -1 to +2, and notice we still have open circle, closed circle, versus or. This is the situation where either this can be true or this can be true, and you're fine. So a lot of times, it's if you hear see and, it's going to be arranged like this. If you see or, they're not going to overlap. Sometimes they do, but it's not. It's pretty rare when that happens. So take a look here. We have a compound inequality. So regular algebra skills, I hope, kick in. Subtract 7, subtract 7, subtract 7. So 6 is less than 2x is less than 10. So divide everything by 2. So 3 is less than x is less than 5. So when I go to draw a number line here, you know, I'll go 3, 4, 5, I'll go to 6, come back here to 2. So what I've got here is open circle at 3, open circle at 5. Think about what this says. 3 is smaller than x is smaller than 5. So that means that my shaded area is going to be right in here. So that's my range right there. So now, same kind of situation. Every once in a while they will overlap. So if I add 4 to both sides, or everything, so that's going to be 12 less than or equal to 3x less than or equal to 15. So divide everything by 3. 4 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 5. So on a number line, I'm only going from 4 to 5. But this time I've got full circles, and it's going to go right there. Boom. So now also remember, anytime you're dealing with inequalities, you know, multiply or divide by a negative to solve, then that means that you've got to switch signs. Okay, that doesn't go away. So make sure that that kind of little rule comes back into play. So let's go or. So if we see an or here, that usually means one arrow is going to go one direction, one arrow is going to go the other direction, and there's going to be a spot where they do not overlap. So if I take a look here, x plus 5 less than or equal to 7, subtract 5, subtract 5, so x will be less than or equal to 2. Then on this side, you know, add 6, so x is going to be greater than 8. So on a number line, so I'm going to go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got a closed circle at 2, and I'm going smaller. We've got an open circle at 8, and I'm going bigger. So that's what my range looks like. So now, if I recall some absolute value situations, distance from 0 on a number line, so 7 is going to be 7, -2 is going to be 2. X equals 3 means I got 2 answers, means I got 3 and -3. So both of those are going to be the absolute value. So my absolute value inequalities is going to be less than means and, greater means or. This one got blocked out for some reason, don't ask me why. So this means I'm going to have x less than 4, but I'm also going to have negative 4 is less than x. So I'm going to have x greater than negative 4, which I rewrite as that. Okay, so this one, if I have x greater than, the absolute value of x greater than, say, 5, well, that's going to be or. I've either got x greater than 5 or x is less than negative 5. So, greater, less than, sounds like and. Greater is or, less than, sounds like and. So, there's kind of my situation written with kind of just generic algebraic terminology. So here, if it's greater, and if it's less than, it's and. So let's take a look. So this one is going to be greater. So that means I'm going to have 3x minus 12 greater than or equal to 6. 3x minus 12 less than or equal to negative 6. So a little bit of solving. 3x greater than or equal to 18. X greater than or equal to 6. Here, 3x is going to be greater than or equal to positive 6. X is going to be less than or equal to 2. So on my number line, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On a number line, closed circle, I'm going left. Closed circle, I'm going right. There we go. For B, I have less than, that's pointing left, less than. So it's going to be end up being 3x plus 4 less than 10, just write it as is. And then 3x plus 4 greater than negative 10. So a little solving, 3x less than 6, x less than 2. You've seen this, you've done this 1,000 times. So 3x greater than negative 14 divided by 3, x greater than negative 4 2/3. Now, graphing. So now graphing. Let's go negative 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0. So positive 2. Open circle. Negative 4 2/3 would be approximately here, open circle, and I'm filling in between. And I know that it's going to be that gap because of this sign right here. Less than means I'm going to have that looking graph. All right, so let's look. To prepare for a job interview, Megan researches the position requirements and pay. She discovers that the average starting salary for her position is $38,500, but her actual starting salary could differ from the average by as much as $24,50. Write an absolute value inequality to describe this situation. Let X be Megan's starting salary. So solve the inequality and find the range of Megan's salary. So if I let X be Megan's starting salary, you know what? If I subtract whatever the average salary is and take the absolute value, that's going to be less than or equal to $24,50. All right, so her salary minus the average has got to be within that window of $24,50. So let's solve this. So I'll have X minus $38,500 less than $24,50, or X minus $38,500 greater than or equal to negative $24,50. So add $38,500 everywhere. Kind of doing two problems at once here. So $38,500 and $24,50. That's going to be X less than or equal to $40,950. And then $38,500 minus $24,50 is going to be X greater than or equal to $36,050. So now this is her range of her salary. Low end is $36,500. That's at 5. Sorry. High end is $40,950. So, okay, just kind of give you an idea how to represent a range using an inequality and using absolute value. So, take a look at this, play around with this a little bit, and come ask me questions.